My name is Roxanne Fixsen. I am a candidate for Circuit Court Judge in Group 4. The circuit covers both Pinellas and Pasco counties, and all voters in both counties are eligible to select the Circuit Court Judge. I grew up in the Midwest in Kansas and Nebraska, and at age 7, I had declared to my family that I was going to be a judge. That was the goal, and that was always the plan. When I was in University of Nebraska getting my undergraduate degree, I fell in love with psychology. And I remember thinking at the time, how does this go together with law? But it actually marries quite well together. So I began my professional life as an in-home family therapist, working with kids and families in the foster care system. And what a moving, amazing experience that was, sitting in the living room of hundreds of families who were struggling with all kinds of issues that a lot of families face: poverty, domestic violence, substance abuse, all kinds of issues that impact child safety and impact family stability. It was very inspiring to me to work with families who had the strength and the courage to make the changes necessary to keep their kids safe and their families stable. So I loved doing the work, and I needed to find a place to do that without the weather, without the winter. And so I'd heard of Florida, so I moved here in 1991, and I continued serving kids and families in foster care. I began creating, supervising, and managing lots and lots of different treatment services for this population. Eventually, in the late 1990s, Governor Bush and the legislature decided to privatize foster care. So I wrote a proposal, it was accepted, and my agency was the very first agency to transfer services, foster care services, from the state of Florida to the community in Pinellas and Pasco. And during this time, I was responsible for 3,000 children, their safety, their well-being, and managing 300 staff, hundreds of foster parents, dozens of service providers. After this time, I decided to add the next piece of the path towards being a judge, and that was going to law school and actually getting a law degree. So I started at Stetson Law, graduated second in my class at Stetson, and I've been practicing law for the last 11 years, 10 of those at Trenum. An example of my service in serving the children and families in the foster care community in Pinellas and Pasco County involved a situation with 2 girls, but it also instilled in me the importance of the role that judges have in the lives of all of us in the community. This situation involved 2 girls who were severely abused by their mother and came into care, and there was a difficult time in stabilizing them. We placed them in a home with 2 dads, and the girls began to stabilize. The dads were very patient and loving with the girls, and they eventually began to thrive. And it was time for us to get out of their lives. So there needed to be permanency. So we wanted the girls to be permanently with these dads forever. And at that time, 15 years ago, that was a very controversial decision. And I'm sure that the judge was under some pressure about that. But when the judge heard the case, the permanency plan was presented, and the judge looked at the specific facts of these girls and what was in their best interest, the judge made the decision to have these girls placed permanently with these dads. The youngest girl just graduated from high school this year. I've been very blessed and very lucky to be trained by some of the smartest, most ethical attorneys in the field. These 26 years of experiences have instilled in me the characteristics and the values and the skills necessary to be a great judge. The compassion, the demeanor, the ability to manage a courtroom and manage a docket. Understand that the people who appear before a judge, it's their lives and their livelihood that's being impacted by the decision that this one person is making. I've experienced the extreme responsibility that comes with making decisions that impact people's lives and livelihood. I promise that I would be the kind of judge that you would be proud to have elected, and I would be honored to have your vote on August 28th.